Hello there, friends. This is Jake, and I have a lot of new stuff to show you. Let me introduce you to Jakeathon. At least no, I haven't renamed it yet, but it's supposed to be called Jakeathon. It's a mountain hall filled with drunk Dondarians and powered by slaves. You can see I have Cretonian slaves working the fields here, and all of this has been paid for by the lucrative leather trade. Let me show you. I'm up far in the north and I can sell my leather for, there we go, for an astounding sum. So it has financed everything in this hall. I basically have no proper industries but leather, and I'm importing everything else for my needs, including a big arsenal of battle gear. Because I've revisited how the AI on the world map produces and prices its goods. So trade is much more stable and makes a lot more sense. And I've been fortunate in this play because I'm basically alone up here in the north, and the north are the only ones that have leather, that can harvest leather from the pastures they have. This guy can do that too, but his regions don't have good auroch pasture values. So I'm the king of leather up here. And my imports and exports are kind of slow because they have this great distance to cover. But I've been trading for what now? For 36 years, and the prices are stable and they make sense. So let's get back to the city. That's one thing I've done. And the big thing about this update might be the slaves, because I wasn't supposed to do slaves. Actually, I don't remember what I was supposed to do, but I redid slaves because I wanted slavery, and the current mechanics were kind of lackluster and unusable. So now they're highly usable. You can see we have a new slave panel here. Slaves are grouped into a single group, even though they can consist of many different, of all the races. I've chosen to enslave exclusively Cretonians because, well, they complement Dondarians so well with their green fingers. And they have a lot lower standards, so it's easy to keep them happy, and it's cheap. So it's a good thing to have. But they derive their happiness from their numbers compared to your numbers, and then some basic services here. So that's great. And my citizens, I've remade this panel here, so it should be a lot better. And I've rebalanced a lot of things, and I've added others and removed others. So that's that. And what else have I done? I'm so sad I don't have any editing software to kind of remove these awkward pauses, but let me just check well, I can show you the infrastructure around slavery. So we have a new form of punishment. It's called the slaver. So you can basically bring your prisoners here, your criminals, and whip them a bit, and they'll turn into slaves. I haven't used this much, but it works. It can be a good alternative. But then we also have the slaver that comes along from time to time, where you can buy from his stock. And that's what I've done. And that's it about slaves. Let's see what else we got here. We've got we got a new industry. It's clay and pottery. And I'm not extracting any clay here, but I think there's some up here. Looks like this. And the room works like a mine. So you just build it like a mine, and then it will extract clay. Clay deposits are quite common, so it's not a very good industry to trade with. And then you have the workshop, the refiner, the potterer, it's a workshop, the pottery. There we go. I don't have any of these either. I buy my stuff. I've got overpriced leather to trade with. This pottery is used in the new, not the canteen, but the eatery which we have here for the slaves. It's a basic food service, replaces kitchens. And the workers just bring food from here to here, and this costs pottery to build, and upkeep, but they don't use it as a material when they prepare food. So, and pottery is also used for the alcohol industry, which we have here. These are breweries, grain breweries. They take coal and pottery and grain and make drink. And drink is in short supply here in my city, so I don't think I can find one, but well, drink is used either as it is, people will go and drink, or they can be used in the tavern as well. You see, these guys are drunk. He's sobering up, he's sobering up. They're kind of funny when they're drunk. They'll stumble around and do weird things. It's worth a watch. Yes. So, and you have drink rations in food here. And you can see I've got some canters here, and I'm really giving them prime treatment. This might be broken, I'll have to see about that, but there's short supply of drink around, so yes. And so that's drink and alcohol. And what else have we got? We've got the eatery, no, sorry, the canteen. No, this is not the canteen, this is the canteen. So a canteen is like a kitchen with tables. And it works fairly well. You can see I have this kitchen. It served my people well. Serves about 400 people if you put it close to the food storage, which I have. I built a second kitchen canteen here because I'm planning on expanding. Okay, so that's the new food thing, and that's what I have there. And there's the slaver, and you can see all these new fancy icons. I kind of like them. I've evolved as a pixel artist, I think, and yeah, there's a new kind of a rudimentary bathhouse, which is a well, which I keep here for my slaves, where they can wash off when they want to. And do I have anything else? Yes, I've got some new graves. You remember the old graveyard? That's still there. But we also have the crypts, which are basically stone sarcophaguses. And Dondarians prefer this, Crotonians, they like the graveyards, and slaves, they don't care, so I throw them in the mass grave, which we have here, where they just lay around rot. And I have one more thing. It's kind of dark. It's called the Cannibal. And what it does is that it will grab corpses laying around and bring them in and harvest them for whatever resources a particular species has naturally, which is for now it's meat and leather. It's not very nice, but I'm not judging. It's not for me though. I'm just the kind of guy who puts it in my game. So I think that's it. I've done a lot of rebalancing as well, and added suggestions, fixed bugs, and so forth. And this has been it's been a lot of fun to play this. And let's talk a bit about the future. And what I've realized when I've spent 3 days building this to this size, and right now I feel like it's getting a little repetitive, even though there are still new things to do. But I would really like to go out on the world map and conquer something. So I think that's what I'll work on next. I'll work on the profile that I've been talking about, which is basically a upgradable thing that you keep in between games. So if you're a veteran, you'll never have to restart from scratch again, and you can instead focus on becoming or building bigger. And then I think I might change my mind, but I think I'll do proper rooms for the military so that we have professional soldiers separated from militia. And then a kind of rudimentary way of just sending them out and conquering regions and controlling them. And then maybe a tax room which allows you to tax the regions you control. So that's what I'm thinking. And Kral will be removed, and instead I'll have bandits living in these rebel regions that will on occasion come and raid your city. But you can go out and kick their butts if you want. Yeah, that's all for me now. I hope you'll enjoy, and yeah, bye bye.